I'm Andrew Barrow, and I'm the Life Science Director here at Moria Bond. Welcome to the latest episode of What's New in Life Sciences, episode 6, part 1. So today we'll cover diabetes, R&D, innovations, and the wider crisis as a whole. Currently, there are over 530 million people globally with diabetes, and that is only expected to rise significantly in the next period to well over 600 million, 650 million nearly by 2030. Diabetes is becoming a more and more common challenge, whether that's drug supply, the number of people getting sick from this. It's a real challenging disease for people to tackle, and the symptoms can be anything from relatively mild to serious, even causing death in extreme cases. You know, we're talking about fatigue day to day, weight loss, blurred vision. So this can be a real challenging disease for people day to day. So it's an important topic. So let's get into it. So prevention and treatment, in extreme cases, we're talking about insulin injections daily, as people well know. In a lot of cases for type 2 diabetes, it can be controlled with weight loss, healthy lifestyle, diet, exercise, these types of things that add up to a healthy life anyway. But beyond that, the question would be the higher mortality rate, the decreased access, and massively increased demand with an increasing rate of diagnosis, all points to a need for countries to think about, and organisations to think about, well, how can they tackle this in 2025 and beyond? So some of the innovations, R&D, research that we're seeing that are going to come to play and already are making an impact are elements from CGM, so continuous glucose monitoring. So these can be real-time data that can be gathered, and obviously that can then be shared through what they call hybrid closed loop systems to healthcare providers, maybe medical practitioners. And one would imagine there's an element there where comes into play, you know, smart devices, health device, where that can also play a part in the coming years as well, where that can be a fully integrated system depending on someone's health. You know, the diagnostics we take, not only from a glucose or diabetes area, but the wider piece. Furthermore, with regards to the hybrid closed loop systems, there is the place of integration within CGM and how that can tie up with insulin pumps, and then we get a steady flow and monitoring of glucose as well. So these devices can work in combination perfectly to help aid people's consistent monitoring and consistent dosage. Last of all, we've got digital transformation, which we've talked about on this video before, and there's a lot of information and articles around that in pretty much every industry. But where this can come into play is, as we talked about earlier today, maybe even as simple as mobile apps, glucose tracking, remote monitoring, that whole landscape where smart devices, health devices can maybe play a key part in that. Trends in the diabetes drug market. First of all, we've got market growth. So diabetes drugs now make up over 75% of metabolic disorder related drug sales, and with newer treatments driving further growth and the demand we mentioned earlier, this is only expected to continue. The key makers, the key players, as you probably well know, Novo Nordisk and their product Ozempic, we've discussed that on one of our other episodes before. Then you've got the likes of Eli Lilly, AstraZeneca, they're all in the top 10, they're all driving that same space of metabolic drug disorders. As well as that though, what it does leave is a space for some of the startups, investors and SMEs to also play a part in that, to create that bridge in demand, as it were. It's expected that sales will reach over $15 billion just this year alone in that space. There'll also be a shift in sales from the older, more traditional medicines and drugs, and they'll be replaced by more innovative therapeutics. So the drug development will focus more on understanding the connection between the different organs that get affected by diabetes. So whether that be cardiovascular diseases, renal diseases, and the impact diabetes has on that. Some stats would suggest that diabetes patients are up to 4 times more at risk to associated diseases such as renal and cardiovascular because of their condition. That's all for part 1. Thank you for listening as always. If you've got questions, you want to get in touch, you know where to find me and the team. Thank you.